So, no matter how jealous you get, do not repeat after me. First, I wanted to improve dust collection inside the table saw. So I made a couple of holes and attached this brush thingy. Then I got some help.
Tightening, making metal. Do you think it's tight?
For the other side, I decided to try magnets. These are pretty strong. My hopes are if this ever catches on the blade for some reason, then blade will just pull it out or cut it off. And I do hope this won't get stuck and blade won't rip out entire dust chute. Starting it first time and standing on the side. Crossing my fingers I'm gonna be still alive. Okay, I am alive for now, so let's move on to the over the blade dust collection. For over the blade dust hood, I wanted to make adjustable shields so that I could use my miter gauge, jigs that I'm gonna make, and do thin rips and all of that with dust collection on. Easier to say than to do though. While the end goal is clear, there is no plan. And there is no plan for things like that. It can be satisfying and exhausting at the same time. And if you have limited time, it can put a lot of stress on you. This thing actually melts and sticks together. First prototype didn't work because of those nice cute bolts. Since I stuck with the dust hood, I decided to switch and to work on the connection between the table saw and an existing dust hood. You see, I do have normal hand saw, not just a rusty one. The path seems to be more clear now. Or not. Back to the dust hood ideas. Decided to try maple plywood that I had, but it turned out to be quite heavy. So instead I pulled out those small shelf brackets and tried them. I also needed some sort of a handle to connect it to the table saw. Here I decided to cheat and use camera mount and see if it works. But nope, it was too wobbly. Back to the wooden parts. Wanted to make it a little bit smaller but stronger. I'm already very nervous about the time. But unfortunately, I can't think faster. Well, just look at that wobble. Back to the dust hood ideas. Decided to use 2 pieces of wood and maybe put some threaded inserts in them. These acrylic sheets are cracking so easily. I'm not even sure if I can say sheet right. There are plenty of words in English that really confuse me. Then I realized that I need something that will let me tighten the bolt because it's not possible to do so with just this acrylic sheet and a slot. Shit. Ugh. Entire thing slowly turns into a monster. Again, there is no plan, limited time, and there is no way to make a plan when you do something that nobody else did before. Well, at least these things looked cute. Okay, if you're still with me, this brush is supposed to be able to slide up and down, which should in theory give me a good coverage. Back to the connection parts. I'm gonna make 2 through mortises that's gonna be perpendicular to each other so that I could adjust the position of the entire hood. In theory. Let's call it prototype number 2 and an epic fail. After that, I called myself a loser and had to take a break. After some time off, I got several more ideas. I decided to use this conduit with a coupling and more brackets for the dust hood. But as you can see, it wobbles a lot. Meanwhile, I needed to work on the pipes for the dust collection. This part was actually easy and satisfying. Here I'm looking at how much it goes down with all the potential weight on it. From there, I figured the size for my shields. These two shields will go on the front and the back, and for the sides I decided to use a combination of acrylic and vinyl. Looks terrible, but this one actually has a chance. Let's see how it does on the worst cut ever, which is MDF and skim cut. Not bad. Added some tape to seal the holes. It worked even better. As you can see, I can move this thing to the left and right, and this potentially gives me an ability to do thin rips. Another setup would be with the magnets and more brackets. I can tilt it and it gives me room to run my push stick. A little bit more dust than I wanted to. But I can make those front and back shields different. The main goal would be to cover all the gaps. Another idea is not just tilt it, but lay it flat, take off the bottom shield and run it through like that. It actually worked much better. Miter gauge. A little bit of movement, but I'm not too much worried about it. Again, I can always make another type of shield here. Not gonna lie, I almost gave up with this project. It wasn't easy, at least for me. But I do have hopes for dust-free life now. So see you on the next one.